So I wanted to make this video, just, something about current events. This complete fucking asshole that is in the White House, his ignorance, coupled with his stupidity, has everyone baffled. We've been around long enough, and there's fellows still older than I am, with still war veterans that are still around. But not anyone that was, all the generals are gone. All the people that advised former presidents about what would happen if a certain government from another country decided to attack another country. So they attacked the United States in 1941. And there was no question about they were under attack. And they were under attack by a country who the United States had decided, to pressure them with similar circumstances in resources that they needed. And the United States, blocked them. And they saw the United States as a threat to their government. So it was a threat to their people. And it's the thing about governments and the leaders of those governments. These guys, the guys that today that are leading every country, not every country, but the major countries, the major powers. These assholes are the same assholes, just reborn from thousands of years ago. These guys are doing exactly the same thing that leaders did in every civilization. The same people that destroyed civilizations. The same people who were destroyed by other civilizations. You gotta ask yourself, these are the leaders. Now, the people back then, all the millions of people that were, they weren't educated. They didn't grow up, having to learn the fundamentals of government and policy. That was, the exclusive territory of the leaders. And they used the people, as their in reasoning when they would, say, well, you got to go to war because, I have to protect our people. People didn't know dick about what they were doing. They just, we're just the people. Just ignorant. But nowadays, we're educated. We've been that way for some time. You would think that our education of the people in general, would have been smart enough to elect representatives that actually, worked on behalf of the people. But of course, you can't do that, unless you're a part of the system, part of the government, part of the political system. Politicians. I gotta tell you, You know, they're sweet family people, family, you know, they sing when they come on and you see them, and they're nice looking, they have nice things to say. And, you know, you listen and you vote for them in party lines or whatever. These guys are the same guys, no matter how high up they go, it's just their job, right? They took political science somewhere, or they were popular with somebody, said, you should run for government. You know, people would follow you because you make a good leader. You might be stupid as dick shit, but, you know, very likable. You got to be likable to get voted by the people. So we like that guy, and then we vote for him. So we like him. We don't know. Think about what he's thinking, his policies, where he came from, why he's doing this. He'll say it on the election trail, but, you know, really, who are these guys? Well, I could tell you, you know, the leaders up there. We got some plumbers, and we got some, you know, journalists, and you got a couple of lawyers, bad ones, and all the way down the line that this Trump and other, you know, governments probably, you know, because they have to choose from this pool of people who, you know, politics is their job. And then you're in politics, that is the reason, in the stepping stones that are created in politics. You get into politics, you don't get into politics, you know, to be the you know, a council, you know. If that turns your crank, you know, but that's the lowest form, you know, dog catcher. People making policy about the rest of the people who are so unqualified to make decisions that affect the people. Their only interest is to play the political system so that they get certain things on their way up. You know, if they were really at some point really committed to the people, they really wanted to make an impact and change things and help people, but the time they get into the political join a party, they have to do the party line. Their policies are, you know, created by the guys in charge, the leadership. That's the way it's always been. These motherfuckers are the same motherfuckers that get us into wars, you know, on behalf of the people. Well, let me tell you. And we suck it up. We suck it all up, suck it all the media up, because we don't really understand. We don't think about it. We don't understand that everything you see in the media is designed to keep you focused, us, on things that happened in the past and things that might happen in the future. That's where they're focused. That's what they want us to focus on. Places that don't exist. So we don't really get, how can you think of what happened in the past? That's not going to change what's happening in the present, is it? You can't do anything about what happened yesterday. And you sure as hell know nothing about what might happen tomorrow. Only thing that we as human beings are able to really comprehend are the things we can see and touch, the things we do every day, you know, right now. When you talk about when the people have the power of the people, if you don't understand your own power, if you don't stop listening to these assholes, these people who grew up in this political system, it's what it is. It's what they do. Everything that comes out of their mouth is what, you know, did happen and what could happen. And they make policy based on everything they know that happened and what might happen. And they're not qualified, especially in the economy. They know nothing about the economy. If they did, they'd be economists. Economists aren't politicians. Actuaries, People who, understand economics. Those are the people that should make policy in what they do. Of course, the government, these leadership jerk off, they commission people to get them to write a report on what would be the best thing to do. And then they get that report. None of them ever read the damn thing. It's always like this thick. And it tells them what to do, but they completely, entirely just don't do it. They don't do what they were recommended to do because it doesn't fit with their ideology. Eventually, what kind of politician you are, you're down the party line, you get sucked into the bottom part of those governments, like the NDP. He's a great talker. He's smooth. I liked him the first time I saw him. But by the time he gets where he's got that undercurrent, that sneaky, conniving undercurrent of the NDP, their old ideology creeps in. Socialist, commie, pinko, sons of bitches. But again, it doesn't matter. There's just the leadership, and they're just people making policy who are completely unqualified to do it. Trump, damn real estate developer, making World War III imminency. It's just around the corner. If we let this guy continue, what do we got to do? We can only do something right now, folks. And if you're thinking you can change what happened in the past, forget about it. And I wish if this video ever got to those redneck sons of bitches down south, and it's not the people, it's not those guys on camera that waving flags and got MAGA hats all over them, decals and all sorts of shit. My sister, my uncle. Well, just a minute. Which one? It's my uncle, my sister's husband. They lose track. They dumb sons of bitches. Dumb, stupid people. Just sit there, stand there, and listen to people like George. What his name was? The racist, segregist. I can't remember. Anyway, doesn't matter. Same leadership bullshit. We, like little sheep, follow them around as it's in a wave. How many people show up to these rallies? What the hell is that about? Yay! What the hell has that got to do with running a country on behalf of the people? Politicians. I got to tell you, right off the bat, picture this, a world with no fucking politicians. It's like you wouldn't have any leaders. You would have, or you could have, or a whole bunch of people qualified to make decisions that affect the people. Agriculture. You better have an agricultural degree if you're an agricultural minister. If you're a minister of finance, you better be one of the top financial people in the country. If you're into research and development, you should be the top people doing things on behalf of the people. Every ministry. You can't be a car salesman and run Indian affairs. Oh, there's another thing, the news lately, property rights and all this nonsense. I tell you what's nonsense. And everybody knows it. And yet, take them away, don't, infringe on my Fourth Amendment rights, Second Amendment, or whatever it was. They answer to everyone's anxiety over what's happened, what's going to happen, might happen. Drop your gun. Drop the guns, man. Just don't say shit. People, guns don't kill people. People kill. It's just bullshit. Guns, get rid of them. All of them. Every last one of them. Just burn them, put them away. All of them. Nobody can have a gun. Not even the police. Nobody gets a gun. Disarmament immediately. In Gaza, if Hamas had just laid down your fucking guns, get rid of the threat. Well, you guys are drop your guns too. Okay. Yeah. Everybody. You see, the whole philosophy of doing something good to make something good happen. And people ask, well, your something good might be different from my something good. No, that's impossible. Everybody knows what a good thing is. Everybody. It has to be good for everybody, right? I mean, it can't be good for half the people and bad for the other half. That's not a good thing. It's absurd to say that, too bad for you guys, you're the minority, you don't count. That's just nonsense. It's just bullshit. That's just what they do to you. It would be a good thing to disarm the world for everybody. Maybe not the gun manufacturer, but I mean, that's a 9 billion people, you had, 20 gun manufacturers. Come on. We'll find something else for you to do. If you really are a gun expert, you know how to build shit, you can build something else. Just no guns. None. Zero. It's the answer. Everybody knows it. If somebody's got to say, man, don't come after my guns, my rights. Bullshit. Your rights aren't conflict with mine. If you don't have any frickin' guns, then we're just exactly the same, aren't we? We'd have no fear of getting shot at on your way home from school. There's evil in the world. Everybody knows that, too. But if nobody has any guns, I don't care what kind of terrorist you might be. If you don't have a gun, all you got is your mouth. And you're free to say whatever the fuck you want. Well, I believe in decency, so it's not a good thing to insult people or to show your prejudices. You can keep those to yourself. And God. Some people believe in some crazy shit. I think it would be great policy that religious rallies that no one should be allowed to talk about their religion. Everybody's free to believe whatever the hell they want to believe. It's fine with me. I don't care. But don't have to share that. Why is that necessary? Why is this church thing you really get in there and Jesus loves me, everybody getting high on a guy that died a couple of 1,000 years ago for the sins of the entire world, of everybody. So if that were true, I mean, we wouldn't be in the mess we're in today, every day since he died, before that. You see, it doesn't matter what you believe. It just don't. Why do you have to talk about it? If you're a decent human being and you're kind to other people, just always. Why not? Because it's cool to be kind. I don't know how many people get off on insulting other people, rude. I mean, what satisfaction is there in that? If there were no guns, you'd have all that time on your hands when you're not shooting people anymore to love them. Right? Love, you get it out there. Fearlessly. Imagine a world without guns, without war, just people doing good things every day and being and acting and behaving like nice people. Everybody says, well, he's a nice person, that guy's a nice person. There's lots of nice people, but that guy's a schmuck. That guy's got an issue. Well, we can still, still do that over the dinner table, where there would be, in conversation, no need to discuss politics or religion. I think sex is always a good thing to talk about. And people, use sex in such a, commercially, I guess that appeals, to some of our other senses. Pornography. That's not. Watching people fucking is, I don't know. So it's okay. It's okay for a while, But there's nothing better than expressing love to someone you love through sex. That's the best thing, isn't it? Sex with love. It's the best. I don't know about you. For me, it was always, you have indiscriminate sex. Eventually, you have enough experience to know that, the best sex was with my wife, who I loved very much. It was great. And we could, do everything, play games, whatever we thought would be sensual. All that time you could have having sex instead of shooting people. But all the crazy shit that people believed over the centuries and these religions that created all this nonsense. I don't, gosh, am I an atheist? To the extent that I don't believe in any of this religious shit. There. Some guy said the other day to me, texted me or emailed me, said that I was evil and that, got to get rid of people like me. Jesus is watching. And I should go to eternal damnation. Another fellow said to me, if I give myself to Jesus, when I die, I will go to a really cool place, for all eternity. Like I will spend all that time going through this wonderful eternal bliss. If I don't, I'm going to go to the other place, which is just terrible. It's just awful. Brimstone, fire, pain and anguish. All eternity. All eternity. I made a couple of mistakes in my life, but, I didn't kill anybody. I don't think I deceived anybody on purpose, shit. I did a couple of, sins along the way. I'm probably headed that way. I mean, who isn't? Has everybody ever sinned? Sinned the commandments. Any of those you cross the line, that's a sin. Well, I can count how the sins, and I don't know how many you have to do. It's just one, You go that way. Oh well, if you give yourself to Jesus, you don't have to worry about that back there, because you can go this way, and He's dying for all the sins, the ones I might make later on. See, it doesn't matter what you believe. You can believe that stuff. The guy said it to me. He said, he thinks that Jesus is with me. He thinks God is with me. He's there making me do this, telling people. It doesn't matter what you believe. He said the thing is, whatever you believe and whatever it is, this is it. It doesn't matter why the explanations or why you have to preach and tell everybody that Jesus is, I think we get the message already. He's a good guy. He's, being kind to people. Fed the poor. Healed the sick. That was good shit. That's what you do, right? Nobody did it, and nobody called him a Christian. There was no Christianity at the time. There was a lot of other religions. If you get the time to read about it, we have documentation of other religions that had the same basic resurrection of God, Mary, and virgin births and all that stuff. But if it makes you feel good, you want to go to church and you enjoy worshiping. Worship in your power to do something good and make something good happen. I don't know what believing in Jesus or anybody else or any other prophet or Buddha or whoever the hell else you want to believe in. Your goodness, the power of what human beings can do to make good things happen in the world, it's just clearly obvious, isn't it? Just do what I tell you. Just drop your guns and be nice to people. How hard is that? I mean, really. You see, it's a matter if God exists or something else exists. It is what it is. This is it. Whatever created it, or how it ever happened, or whatever you want to believe, your belief is just a thought. You don't care what you believe. You just think whatever you want to think. This is it, folks. This is it, right? What does that matter how you got here? Your only ability as a human being is to make good things happen, or go the other direction, but to be kind to people. Giving, generous, whatever, nice to people. you know, pleasant. It's all the anger, the hatred, and fear, the prejudice, and the intolerance, hate. It's all in your head. Those things don't exist in the present. Those things are all in your head, things that happened in the past. And what you think might happen in the future, because somebody told you. Think about that. Focus on it, what might happen to you. The greatest lie of all time. Something terrible is going to happen to you. If you don't believe what I'm telling you to believe, something awful is going to happen to you after you're dead. How do you know? You're gonna watch me? You're gonna die? You're gonna watch where I go? How do you know where I'm going? Oh, because you didn't believe in Jesus, I know exactly where you're going. What the fuck? People believe crazy shit, and they believe it so strongly. People that strong, that's fine. Just shut up about it. I don't care what you believe. I just know that you as a human being have the power to do something good every single fucking day of your life and make good things happen and feel good about it all day long. What difference does it make what you believe? Your belief isn't helping anything. Muslim, Jew, Christian, whatever the hell you want to believe, folks. Knock yourself out. But understand, this is just it. It doesn't matter whatever got you here. You can explain away all day long what you've been doing for thousands of years. Who gives a shit? We shouldn't give a shit what those guys came up with. It is. This is it. What we can do, doesn't matter what you believe. What we can do is get an education, fall in love, have a family, have a nice home, 2 cars in the garage, your kids in college, a house by the lake. It's like I said before. What difference does it make? What brought you here? For the short time that we're here. Just, 80, 90 years, that's it. Then you're gone. 20 years after you go, nobody will remember your fucking name. But while you're here, you get this opportunity to feel good every day by doing good things for people. Makes you feel good. That's our power. When we do something good, we feel it. It's an automatic response, and we know every time it's a good thing. Throwing missiles at somebody, killing people, killing. Imagine, well, I'm going to get what I want by killing people. Oh, wonderful for you. Goddamn bastards. You just said, no, we need a war every 80, 70, 60, 80 years. We need a war, to keep the machine going. Of course you do, you goddamn bastards. So take them off their high horse, or at least educate them to the fact that they're not qualified and to get the hell out of our life. People in government employees, and all the resources in different institutions, you need people. Typing and emailing and all that. It's management. That's all it is. Manage, your ministries. Manage them. You should be a manager, right? Not a fucking politician. Who the hell needs you as a politician? Just do your job that you're hired for. No, you're right. No more fucking voting. There's no more goddamn elections. No, you don't need a goddamn leader. The people could finally be the leadership. We could finally take control by saying, no, a revolution is coming. Here it is. Everybody out. Everybody out who's not doing a job they're qualified for. No political parties influence what I choose as my IT guy, or, my agricultural guy, my health guy. Health, my God, is it a good thing that everybody should have available health care? Of course it is. It's a stupid question. They make it sound like it's okay for 30 million, 20 million, 10 million. What a bunch of bullshit. Management. Create a plan, a management plan to make sure that your population who's there, right, and we have the resources, we have free enterprise, we have people, money, taxes coming in, put a goddamn healthcare system in place. That would be a good thing for everyone. Everybody, these people who have health, most of other countries, they just laugh at the United States. They can't get their act together because they're using all the money and fill the pockets of politicians and armaments, people, military guys, and all that shit. My God. And they're spending his time aggressively focused and concentrating with getting all the information you need to make decisions. This Trump motherfucker hasn't got a fucking clue. He elected a jerk-off. He elected a guy, a real estate developer, never paid his damn bills, lost hundreds of millions of dollars for investors that invested in him. This big-mouth, rich kid, he was given everything, who whatever polish he had, which he had back, 30, 40 years ago when he was first going on Howard Stern talking like he knew something, It wasn't that bad. He was educated, no question. But over time, he never got any more education than what he already knew about, making a deal, the art of making it, about crack of shit. Art of making a deal. Are you kidding? It's because he's still around. You look around, there's only a few guys. Because Trump is only still around because he had the resources, the people he knew, like Epstein and others, influential people, kept him in that party, kept him in that little clique of theirs, And it was a big enough and a rich enough thinking, we could probably get a lot of money and get this guy elected. Become president. He's a very popular guy. Back in the early days, of course, he was a liberal. It was like Reagan, who was a liberal. He was looking at policy that helped everybody, trying to create policy to help everybody. And you say you can't help everybody. You can't satisfy everybody. Yes, of course you can. By doing something good. Making certain. And of course he's certain. Every time you try to do something good, it's always good. You always know it. Right? As we feel it. We know exactly what a good thing is. We helped everybody. We didn't, leave out Billy. Just don't worry about it. No. Everyone. 9 billion of us. What are they going to do? Shoot us? If we all join hands, all 9 billion of us, and just walk quietly, unarmed, into the political buildings all over the world, just walk right in. Not waving any flags, and shouting any slogans. Just say you're fired. Trump will understand that. You're fired. Everybody, out, out, out. Well, you can't destroy democracy. I don't care about democracy, communism, other isms. Nationalism. All of that shit is designed to suppress the people. Keep them in line. Keep us in line. Keep us following them. You know, it's the system. The leaders and followers. I just want to appeal to you dumbass, you dummies, you dummies out there. You know who you are. You're not watching much. You're not getting an education. But there's just a few of you I might reach. Dummy. You can understand this. You're just as powerful as anyone else. Just go out there and do good things every day. Enjoy the life and the time that you have here with the rest of us, dumbasses. You know, there are a lot smarter, more articulate orators in the world than I am. I'm not, clearly. But it was quite a while ago that I realized that all this religious shit was just shit. And that even despite my affection for my thoughts of the old man living in the clouds, I like that whole idea. I like a lot of the, the stuff, good stuff. I like, the moments of the Bible of kindness. It's clear, it's obvious. Anybody that's living down there and you want to walk into a blue state, walk in there as free from fear or impression or anything else you might have thought in the past. So politics are empty, gone. Nobody has them anymore. There's no politics. It's just people. all the politicians, they're some of them are, teachers, some professors, some of them, I don't know. Most of them are just fucking lawyers. Don't get me started on lawyers. There's some good ones. And when I say good ones, some with integrity left. I've met all kinds. Can't trust them, motherfuckers. They're so fucking greedy. They're so focused on fees, billing hours, just to spew out some legal facts that you'll need in order to proceed with whatever it is you need the lawyer for in the first place. That's why I went to school. He's got all these legal facts. Don't ever think that he gives a shit about you. Unless you find one that does. I had one in my life. Good guy. Queen's Counsel. Integrity, man of integrity and honor. He helped me. I gave him a retainer every year, but he helped me. Give me good advice when I asked for it. Made sure in any deals I was doing, documentation was always perfect. Had to be. So where am I going with all this? It's hard to say, I think about this a lot. I think about what the world could be like, That utopia that they talk about, but can't happen. It's not possible. I just can't. It is possible. To me, that's what brought me to this place. Even then, I haven't been made the greatest person in the world. I've always tried to be kind to people right off the bat. Smile when you meet somebody for the first time. But over the years, I had all these different traumas in my life, and I'm not going to go into them now. But I had lots of business ventures and dealing with people, and emotional situations, and upset, and despair, elation, celebration, and all these things that have happened to me. It's crazy. But anyway, it brought me to this place. And even though I understand everything, I know that it would be so simple. Just everybody do good things every day. But just do it. Just lay down your arms. Just do all that. Just do it. And here we are, living in the present. Where we're supposed to be. And I don't. What. I hate all that, the journalism and the media, what happened, what they're saying might happen, and moving our focus left and right. We never have the time to leave it and break it down. I don't know where we live, and where we are, and how we feel today. That's what you do. That's all you can do, isn't it? You could just tell people, hey, you want to bring more happiness and joy into your life, you have the power to do that. And although I may sound very cynical and kind of angry at the world, I'm not. I'm not. Really, all my life I've just been a nice guy, an aggressive personality, and I enjoy helping people, especially helping people to succeed. And I came to understand, it happened overnight, that the path, the journey, the way to success is living it. It's living your success. You have to understand it's a feeling. So you can't say, I'm successful. What do you get? But when feeling successful, it can only happen in the present. You feel that now. It's an understanding. You can't feel love yesterday. You don't know what love is tomorrow. You can't do something good in a place that doesn't exist. This understanding I came to. I think everybody knows that. Do something good happens. Yeah, I feel good when something happens. Everybody, if you just take it in, just think about it for just a minute or two. Yeah, when I do something good, that feels good. Yeah, no question about it. Well, what the damn difference does it matter? What you did yesterday or what you did tomorrow? You plan your day, one day at a time. One day at a time. Get to experience life one day at a time. That's why I said it's so important for everybody, but especially if you're in sales, to write down what you're going to do tomorrow. All the good things you're going to do. It's all tied together, you see. All these bastards are running the show up there. They have no more power than you do. We've given it to them through this democracy, so-called democracy, to unqualified people. I know this. I know these people. I know this. When I say unqualified, they may be smart and educated, they're just not qualified to make the decisions that need to be made to help people, everybody. some of their constituents, and they're riding. I want some of you to remember what it was that first motivated you to get into the game of politics, thinking that you were going to help your people. Well, that changed really pretty quick, didn't it? You just kept going on the party line because you wanted that job. And you got it. Doesn't mean you know dick about helping people. But what really counts, economics, transportation, education, all the basic needs, healthcare, all the basic, those are the things you're supposed to be managing for everyone. Get on board with policy that helps everybody. And if any of you city councilors are sitting there thinking, you're now a real estate developer. Let's get into that for a couple of minutes. Making decisions on urban planning and buildings and towers and access and egress and all sorts of shit that happens. And, you may focus on all that stuff and look at the bylaws and, carry away and pass stuff. But bottom line, you never know. You guys don't know what that is because you're afraid to talk about it. If you really wanted to be a real estate developer, be qualified to make the decisions you have to make in planning development, you have to understand what the bottom line is. And it's never varies. People in politics and councilors, all the way down to the council members, you're not qualified to make decisions like this unless you understand the bottom line, because that'll take you wherever you need to go, right? To get to the truth, to know if it's a good thing or not. You have to know the fucking bottom line. And don't be so damn arrogant about telling us you understand that. I've seen, you don't. You don't. Some of your staff people do, but you sons of bitches don't know. You're just politicians making decisions about buildings, where they go. The staff tells you, and then you vote on it as if it was a political issue. You guys are all talking about, we only want to talk about affordable housing or indigenous housing. Are you watching the indigenous people building fucking towers downtown Vancouver on their land, having a hell of a time making lots of dough, mostly for their lawyers? Because those buildings aren't going to make any money. They're just going to stand there for 100 years or so. Whatever they're worth. So the market continues the way it is. But you guys, you're not real estate developers, okay? If you were, you would be focused on the bottom line. And the bottom line goes up, right? It goes up. If this is the bottom line for everybody, sure, everybody makes a profit. Everybody has to have a margin, right? But not 15 or 20% or 30%. Those bullshit. That's developers originally used to write everything into 30% profit, or they wouldn't touch it. Now you're down to 15%, and getting council to believe you only getting 15%, that's a challenge. for a lot of project managers going in to the city, and they all look at you like you're a crook, right? Like they don't trust real estate developers. They don't want it. That's the culture. What a joke. That's the way they're going to get things done. Just here are the statistics. Here's how many people live here. You see all these buildings being, who the fuck is going to live in them? This is like China, like 25, 30 years ago. They went on a building boom, right? It started the free enterprise. Everything, they had towers and thousands of units unfilled, empty, bought up and financed by whoever knows. But they filled up over the next 5 years. That we have, you know, you don't see that as into that extent here in Canada, but it's happening right now. We can oversupply of rental housing. It's going to be a joke. And you're going to have so much rental supply for affordable housing that people, it's unbelievable. Affordable. Affordable to who? The taxpayers paying everything. Who's it affordable to? We're paying all the money. The taxpayers paying all the money for, they're subsidizing affordable housing. To those who aren't making enough money to pay for market housing. You ever heard anybody tell you, says, well, we have about 10% of our employees in the province need affordable housing? Is it 20%? Is it 30%? If it gets past 30%, then you're talking about half the people. That just means there's something going off on the wages and the income that these people can't afford market housing. Because let me tell you, that happens. Market housing is gone for shit. You know, and that you probably see why people maybe still want to buy old apartment buildings, because they keep them away from this, won't be under the thumb of these counselors, this government leaders. You got to build affordable housing for these people because you haven't got jobs for them that pay enough to market housing. We need more people in the upper bracket, not the lower bracket. If you're in the lower bracket, your job is to get to the upper bracket. Well, some people just don't want to be in the upper bracket. Well, why are you here? Why are you here? Are you just hanging on with an unhappy life, not doing anything, just taking advantage of a bunch of government handouts that you can get so you can do as little as possible? Is that what you're doing? And I think a lot of the young people today, that's what they're doing. They don't see the point in, trying to do something good. That's doing something good. You want to influence somebody, influence people to do something good today. And they can't. Can't do it yesterday. Can't do it tomorrow. Take it from somebody here who's got, limited tomorrows. I only have today, and that's enough because all I get to do is something good. I just want to be nice to people. Just meet them. How are you? Want to buy my building? Well, I've spoken for about an hour. My horse is getting throated. But you want to hear some on those subjects that I bring up. Think about this first. We all have the power to do something good today. And to feel good at the same time. Call that old friend that you've been putting on, offend your kid like me, but do something good, do something powerful. You can talk about how powerful those feelings can get when you do something good. That's an interesting story. Because most of the things I know, I'm telling you, is because I lived them. I didn't read it in the book. It just sort of happened. Nice talking with you.